Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into this show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and we have much to get to on the agenda for today. We are stopping back to take a look at Elon Musk's X money. Looks like we've got a potential 3% debit card. You know I'm interested in that. We also have new credit cards from Ford and Marriott actually helping out those of you who use their free night certificates. And of course, it's been a while since we checked in on the Bilt reward shenanigans, so we might as well start off there. So, of course, if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we will lead off with Bilt rewards. It's been quite some time since we've talked about them. I don't know about you, but I kind of needed a pause on that, but they want attention, and they are back. So, if you recall, Bilt rewards, the 1.0 card, the 2.0 card, no foreign transaction fees on that card. Why? Because it's kind of billed as a travel card of sorts. Well, it turns out version 2.0 has been charging a portion of a foreign transaction fee to customers. Now, I didn't know this. I learned this from reading The Good Doctor of Credit. So how it generally works is the card says no foreign transaction fees. Fine. A foreign transaction fee, I think usually like 3%, something like that. However, your payment processor, in this case MasterCard, says, well, wait a minute. I didn't say no foreign transaction fees. I still want my cut. Apparently, they're charging them 0.2%. And so that MasterCard portion is the part that's not getting away, that payment processor. So generally, they're going to have to sort that out between themselves, cardless, who's going to pay, who's going to refund customers. We have a statement from Bilt, pretty generic for them. So here we go. We are aware of the questions surrounding final transaction amounts for foreign transactions and are actively reviewing the matter with our card partners. That would be MasterCard and Cardless that manage the program. It's kind of funny they say manage the program. They kind of take themselves out of it. There should be no change to foreign transaction fees versus the 1.0 card. If any fees have been added, we will ensure our partners refund them. We will communicate when we have more information. I like that statement because I don't lie, let's say that in jest, because it's very subtly written to say, not my fault, without saying it's MasterCard or Cardless, right? But we keep saying our partners, our partners, our partners. Also, it's interesting when they do this versus they come out with one of their like more in-your-face memos where they post it to Twitter or Reddit or something of that nature. So, you know, I mean, they're probably right. I just think from a customer mindset, it doesn't matter. Like, customer, it's a Bilt card. Bilt's charging me this. So, I mean, you can write it however you want. I don't think people are going to see it that way. The other thing is, when more than one company is involved, finding someone to take responsibility and fix it is generally hard to do. So I feel like it's not going to be the quickest fix in the world to getting these refunds, you know, and getting this sorted out. Hopefully it is. Like we've said with Bilt, you know, product releases are tricky, but it's just one thing after another. You kind of lose, you know, the benefit of the doubt. So anyways, we'll keep an eye on it overall to see if they can come to a decent solution in a reasonable amount of time. Now, if you want to move from a card that doesn't work to a card that will work, but probably won't get you anything you want, well, then check out Ford's new credit card. Now, Ford, they had a credit card a while back. That was his FMBO. Obviously, they killed that one off. They have a new one with Community Bank. You have it on screen for you now. It is the Ford Rewards card. It has some cool designs. I'll give them that much. I kind of like the first one, the basic logo, the best. That blue looks good to me. Ford Rewards, no annual fee, which is nice. Multipliers, I do hate when they do things like this. So it's they say 16x back on Ford.com and Ford dealerships. However, the card gives you 6 points, and then Ford Rewards gives you 10. So combine it. There you go, 16. I think joining Ford Rewards is free. I think I used to have Ford Rewards back when I had a Ford Focus years and years ago. I don't think I got anything for it. You get some points, and every so often you use a free oil change with it or something like that. But hey, there you go. In addition to that, 6 back on grocery stores, gas stations, EV charging, auto insurance, tolls, and parking, which is a nice range of multipliers given the card's focus. 2 back on everything else. Benefits here, of course, Visa Signature benefits, silver status with 1 purchase per year. I don't know what silver status is or what it's worth. And blue status, if you spend $25K in a calendar year, probably not really worth it. But again, if you're a car guy, you let us know down below. And of course, the intro offer here is $100 statement credit with $1,500 in spend in the first 90 days. And you can also get 15,000 points with 1 purchase. I do believe you need to be a Ford Rewards member for that. But if you reference the promotional material up top, you can see this is kind of where it falls apart, because it says earn 15,000 points, like I just said, up to $75 redemption value. And that's really not good, because again, you should be 1 cent per point, so 15,000 points should be like $150. That's literally half, and now you can see why they're giving you 2 back on all purchases, and you can see why the multiplier thing, while decent multiplier choices, falls apart. Not a ton of value. We see this in these dealership cards a lot, presumably because it's really easy to spend quite a bit of money in a dealership, I would imagine. I don't know that Ford's going to let you put this whole thing on a card. You never get approved for enough credit limit from somebody like Community to buy an entire car, but still, even if you could put like $3,000 your full down payment, max it, and wheels, and whatever you want to do, you can see how the points would add up very quickly. So to just cut the value of the points in half is quite dramatic. Kind of kills this thing on arrival. Don't think there's much to be seen here, but I'm sure they'll probably sell some products to people who really like Ford, you know. So anyways, someone who's always trying to sell some products at higher prices, granted their valuation of points is a little bit better, is American Express. It's not so much about a card, but we will get to those. This is about another lounge. So this time we are going to Charlotte Douglas International Airport, where American Express is set to open a new Sidecar lounge. So it's going to be, they just opened one a while back. I think we covered that. But this time the city council has just approved it, the lease for this lounge. Right now, all we know is going to be about 4,600 square feet and located in Concourse C. Now, interesting enough, American Express, I'm reading from the doctor, they already run and operate a full-size Centurion Lounge in the intersection of Concourse D and E. And that one's about 13,000 square foot. That one took quite a while, I think 15 months for the council to approve and to open, like all in. So time range, probably something similar for the Sidecar Lounge. Sidecar, from what I understand, just what the name sounds, smaller version, the baby Centurion Lounge, I guess, if you will. Sure, why not? Maybe it's their answer to overcrowding. Like, we'll just make an auxiliary lounge or runoff lounge, if you will, or you know, random prediction. Maybe they start to differentiate who can get into which one. Platinum can get into all of them, and maybe they start offering the ability to get into Sidecar on Gold members or something like that. Probably unlikely, but I guess it could help with overcrowding. So we'll check back on it as they build out progress. Now, if you're already traveling with American Express and you like your membership reward points, you might like Marriott. I like Marriott. And you might have a bunch of reward certificates. I have 0, but you might, and it just fits the transition, so stick with me here. Marriott has a new feature, or updated feature, I should say, where in the past you could have a reward cert of, let's just say it's 50,000 points, and then they allowed you to add on additional points to move that reward cert up from 50,000 to like 650. I think the most you could have done is 15,000 points. So you have your reward cert that is already up to its cap, right? You can use this reward cert at 50,000 point night property, and then if you wanted to move up, you could add up to 15,000 points. They call it topping off. Well, now they're raising the limit that you can top off. So if you see this post from Marriott here, they're raising it up. Again, I was right. If I just look down and read from my iPad half the time, I would just get it right in one sentence. But anyways, they're raising it up to 25,000 points. So the reward certs, they come in 35, 50, and 85 point flavors. There are some other ones in between there, I want to say, but those are the main ones that you see. And then, so if you added, you could do the math, but you could get 65, 75, and 110 total out of those. And I think this is a nice touch overall. It doesn't really cost them much. It's a way to help your reward certs go a little bit farther. And it's perfect timing because we'll cover this on the second channel in a week or so. But right now, Marriott on the Amex side is running elevated offers on the Bevy card, the Brilliant, and then the Business card. The Business card, I believe, is giving a bunch of free nights for spend, while the Brilliant and the Bevy are giving points. So depending on how generous Amex is and how much spend you can hit, I mean, it would actually be a perfect time to get the Business card for the reward certs, get your points for the personal one if you can do all of them, and then you can move the points over to the reward nights. That's probably combined a pretty good intro offer. Even if you can't do it this time, they still generally run these things twice a year, I want to say, give or take. So again, we'll cover those in a week or so on Run on the Bank, our bank promotion channel, if you are interested in that. Give them about a week or so to get to that video, but again, you can also just check out Amex's site and get those. So overall, not a bad change for Marriott. I like to see it for those of you who are getting going after those reward certs. Now, This last two more stories here in the cashback realm. Back to Robinhood, not the grift of a platinum card. We're going back to the gold card. I don't know that this is necessarily a new story, but I wasn't aware it was going to this magnitude. And so a friend sent me this on Discord this morning, actually. It's a late add to the rundown here. But we all know that Robinhood Gold Card is very sensitive. That's their 3% on anything card. They're very sensitive to what you're buying as well as how much you're spending. That's not new. And they've also decided to, not award points on some things that they deem unnecessary. But I haven't seen this notice before. Maybe you have, but I haven't, so we'll talk about it. So, a note on your spending. Recently, your gold card expenses resembled business spending more than personal spending. Be mindful that business expenses are not permitted on the gold card, and cash-like transactions are not eligible to earn rewards. Our terms also specify that rewards can be restricted by using the card for non-personal expenses. As a result, you'll be earning 1 point per dollar spent for the next 12 months. I didn't know they were putting people in timeout for a year over this, And to be fair, this is just a screenshot off the internet or provided by a friend of the channel. We never truly know what the other person was doing. I mean, it's entirely possible they were trying to buy gold bars, or they were literally, running a media empire and paying for a bunch of ads, right? But, I think it just really speaks to, well, how do you know, right? For me, for my Bank of America Unlimited Cash at 3.1% for the rest of this year for my promotion offer, I think last month I had like a $12,000 bill between paying all my income taxes between state and federal, paying car insurance, and a few other odds and ends. Is that too much? I know that Robinhood doesn't pay points on taxes, but if we just stick with the dollar amount for a minute, is that too much? Is that business spend? I don't think they're going line by line and looking at different things. They already have the ones that they blocked out or blocking. So it is interesting. This card to me is quickly becoming probably more hassle than it's worth, just about. Considering, yes, it's not an annual fee per se, but most people are paying $50 to use the card. Now they're being this punitive. On the other hand, I get it. We know people will go crazy and will take advantage of it. I think this really just speaks to, we're probably going to see the end of this over 2% experiment come to an end real fast. Out of all the people who've bowed out, my love of Smartly. I called US Bank. They still won't let me product change that to a Cash Plus, which is very annoying. I call them once a month. But anyways, we saw that come to a close in less than a year. That one really hurt. We saw SoFi kind of throw in the towel on there, starting to charge a fee to some people, which is crazy. And they're not even making their program free with direct deposit anymore. We saw Bank of America, another bank near and dear to my heart, raise up the price to get to 2.6 to be $1 million with them. 100,000 now gets you 2.25. So all this to say, I think we're just going to see the end of this over 2% experiment come really quickly. Which one day I want to go through all my past catalog of videos and say what were my worst takes. And I know I had a take in there that was we're finally seeing the next revolution of credit cards. Not the case. I was definitely wrong on that one. So don't get put in gold card timeout, I guess. What's the magic number? Who's to say? But who might save us? Elon might save us. Not because we need to run off to Mars or save the planet with Teslas, but because of his X money. Now, we talked about X money last week, and while I find this interesting of a product design, it's never gonna stick, but we have more details on it. It's one of those things that I find fascinating, so you have to hear about it too, because there's no one here for me to talk to, so I'm going to talk to you. And you have nothing better to do, so we might as well just have nothing better to do together. So anyways, here's what we know. So there are people in the public beta, which I believe you to donate like $1,000 to William Shatner's horse farm or something, which seems wild, but whatever. So we've learned some things. What have we learned? So he said early public access will start next month. That's April. This is coming from the Dr. Credit as usual. Now, Twitter users, there's a Twitter user named Red Rider who is authorized to post X Money beta reviews, shared that 6% APY is available instantly with first deposit. No direct deposit is required or debit card transactions. So you could just ACH over some money and you got 6%. Debit card earns 3% cash back on all purchases. Debit card provides an instant debit card number, which is nice. And there's some limits here for transaction deposits, bank accounts, 1 million checks to. I don't think people care about this too much, but it's there if you want to see it on the doctor's site. Now, in addition to that, some beta users also share there's an exclusion list, as you'd imagine, of things that are not going to earn 3% back on the debit card. I'll put it up there for you. We have the MCC code, merchant category code, on the left in the description. So, of course, wire transfers, gold, precious stones, metals, watches, and jewelry hurts. I bought 2 watches on my Smartly card for 4% back. So to do that kind of hurts. Stamp and coin stores, financial institutions, manual cash, so institutions, securities, real estate, agents and managers, rentals, that's in funding transactions, government-owned lotteries, government licensed online casinos, fines, tax payments, government services. So it's, it's the basic of the ones. Jewelry is new to me. I haven't usually seen jewelry before, and that's kind of funny. If you want to get into like expensive thing, I imagine jewelry because it's expensive, obviously, but you could expand to many more expensive things. So I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion about an exclusionary list if it's free. If the product's free and the guys didn't post a fee or anything you have to do to keep the account fee free, then so be it. You can still use it wherever. Now, after the Robinhood story and the end of the 3% rant, I don't think this thing is long for this earth. Why he's doing it, I don't know. He's probably got some ulterior motive, but I have no shame. I am a degenerate. I will happily give Lord Elon my information if I can get a window of having a 3% debit card on all other things. Why not? I will do it. They already said they do have like a $25 intro offer, so we're going to cover it. I know some people will be in their feelings about Elon. I don't care. A good offer is a good offer. I'm positive there's a catch, and do I trust him? No, but again, degenerate, I'll sign up for it. So we'll keep an eye on that because April is quickly approaching. So I am looking forward to seeing how this, more so just to see how the story plays out, how this ends, because it's going to end. Just, get in while the getting's good, maybe. We'll see. So anyways, that is the news for this week. So if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com, which is of course the channel's blog, always linked down below for you, and on the channel homepage. We have news stories just like this. We have plenty of bank promotions, none of which run by Elon yet. And of course, we have some credit card offers as well. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.